Your next level is in you now. It's not in the past. Well, hello and welcome to Alive and Awakened with me, your host, Regina Longo. I am a transformational empowerment coach, motivational speaker, and yoga teacher. Today's podcast, we're going to talk about the call in you. We're going to take a deep dive, so settle in and get yourself comfortable. We're going to take a deep dive into all things spiritual because the universe has so much more in store, such bigger plans, bigger than you can ever imagine. So it's not about forcing, it's not about pushing, it's not about the need, it's not about working harder to make more money, to overcome obstacles. It's about trusting. It's about the opportunity to trust in the divine inner guidance from within. The call inside you. You want to discover and deepen what's going on within. So give yourself right now, even just listening here today, the opportunity to go inward, to get in your sacred space, and to get internally quiet. To get down into that small, still place. Because during this deep dive, that's where your faith is, that's where all your power is. You were born with it. You just have to use that muscle, like muscles that we use when we work out at the gym. You have to develop your faith muscle, strengthen your confidence muscle, and build your belief muscle, if you will. And with that, you're strengthening and building and developing these faith and confidence and courage, belief muscles is about energy. And energy is everything. Energy is the source of life. When we make a decision to live our life, we have to make that decision to live from the very now present moment. Because if we don't, what we're failing to recognize is that we're missing out on what's so special, so magnificent, so unique in the right here, right now. Your next level is in you now. It's not in the past. God, the divine, pure source, the universe, does not work in your past or in your comfort zone. The divine works in the now moment. And the now moment is what's taking you to the next step, the very next level. Your life is now. You have to be willing to shift your perspective, your perception. It's like us shifting up our psychology from our 5 human senses. Right? That's what this new life is. That's what this new era is. It's now like seeing with your heart, feeling with your eyes, hearing with your ears. Of course, your human senses are there as well, but you want to live from your spiritual essence. So we have to shake up and shift our psychology. This new era, this life is calling you. Your purpose is meant for you. For each and every one of us, we all have this different, unique call inside of us. And it's meant for each and every one of us. But your faith muscle that we talked about just moments ago, your confidence, the belief in that, your inner knowingness, you have to develop that power in you and strengthen it. And when you make a decision, and the word decision means to cut, when you decide, you step into certainty that you deserve the greatness that's in you, not of you, but in you. And when you do that, that's your spirituality. That's your superpower. Spirituality is your superpower. That's your connection. Like, what has your connection been in? Your finances, your job, material things, other relationships? It's in your connection with the divine, with pure source, with God. That's where your superpower is. That's where all of your greatness is. That's freedom. This is freedom now. You can't just look at like one piece of something, one piece of your life, because your life is like a puzzle. Like, for example, when you take a puzzle out of a box and you lay it out on a table, it looks very overwhelming. You're looking at the picture at on the box, but yet all these pieces, depending on the size of the puzzle, thousands, hundreds of pieces laying on the table, but you're looking at like maybe one piece and you're like, oh man, wow, this looks weird. That looks odd. It looks like it's a mistake. It looks like it doesn't make sense. It's not even the right color of what's going on with all the other pieces. It must certainly not belong here. But when you start to put the pieces of the puzzle together, it starts to make sense. Just like your life. When you're willing to take that very next step, again, not from your past, don't focus on something that fell apart, right? Don't just look at the one piece of your life. If you're focused on something that's falling apart, you're driving. Remember I said to you, energy is everything. Don't look at the one door that closed, the relationship that ended, the friend that may have left you, the job or the promotion that didn't happen. Because something that you think is a setback is really something really preparing us to promote us, to really step us up into the next level of our calling, of our life, so to speak. If things seem shaky or uncertain, it's because the universe or the divine is shifting you, shifting us back into alignment. There's this greater plan. There's this divine plan, a calling on your life. It's showing up for you. It's not there to stop you. It's not there to have you get stuck or to give up. It's all designed to shift you, right? And sometimes the God in the universe nudges us, but sometimes we need a little bit more of a force to change, to grow, to evolve, and to expand into our next level. Because look, the divine knows, God knows, the universe knows that we get comfortable in our comfort zone. It's really by no mistake that it's called the comfort zone for that reason. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go back to the past experiences. I don't want to go back to things and life how it used to be, going back to the quote unquote way things used to be. When you decide to step into that certainty, to tap in, to go quiet, to get inward into your sacred space, to get internally quiet, that's when you recognize that all things are possible. You have to stay close to your spiritual nature as you go through life. That's what building that confidence muscle is. The belief that you deserve it, that it's meant for you. And when we do that, that's awakening our power from within, our superpower, the call within, discovering what's inside of you. Right? Maybe you say, God or dear universe or pure source, show me what's next for me. Right? It's a call for a greater guidance, a divine guidance. It's in the surrender. I know most of us think that surrendering is giving up. That's our human self. Remember, it's about shifting the psychology of our humanness and getting into our spiritual self. Surrender isn't about giving up. Surrender is about opening up to the miraculous, the miracles, the possibilities, the new relationships, the new way of thinking, the new job, the new way of being, the new call on your life. But sometimes God in the universe, pure source, has to give us that a little bit more than that nudge, like I mentioned earlier. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you listening? Are you discounting that small, quiet voice? You have to be willing to shift your psychology, right? Divine order, divine timing. Things are in motion behind the scenes, in the invisible, in the unseen realm. That's where the surrendering comes in. That's where the surrendering takes place. Being open to receive it. Being open to receive it. See it within your heart. Hear it within your ears. Feel it within your eyes. Because everything, all of this is really raising your vibration, your frequency, your energy. Energy is everything. It's the new way of being. It's the new level, my friends. It's the new order of life. To give anything less than your best is like sacrificing. It's disempowering you. It's a disappointment to your true essence of who you really are. Your life is a gift. Your life is a privilege. Your body, this vessel, the container that you're living in is really a gift. Your purpose, your calling on your life is a gift. Your next level is a gift. Are you going to answer the call? It's not going to be logical. It's not going to be practical, so to speak, or so cookie cutter. You have to be willing to dance with the divine. It's not something that your accountant, your financial planner can set up for you. You have to be willing to be a yes for your next calling. Your calling is waiting for you. The question is, are you ready to step up in it? There is an unlimited amount of source within you. And the only time we are in despair or we feel stuck is when we limit ourselves to our connection, our own strengthening of our source, that life within. You have to be willing to get out of your own way. Most of us really try to focus on like intentions or mantras. And of course, intentions, mantras, affirmations, they're great, they're good. But if they lack the connection, they serve you no purpose. Again, you can't use prayer or that connection as a last resort. It has to be your first resort. That way, at any given moment, when you're feeling uneased or you're feeling out of alignment or out of balance, you could say, "Dear God," or "Dear Source, please show me what's next. Please give me a vision of my life. Show me a sign." Or, "What would you have me do next?" Or, "What would you have my life look like? How would you have me be a contribution to the world?" Right? We talk ourselves out of the game, so to speak. You have to open up and receive it and stay in the game of life and feel it. As I mentioned, it's not going to be practical, right? The divine does not show up in your comfort zone. It's not like a paint by numbers game here. Divine timing leads you to what's next. And then another sign shows up or another person shows up and so on and so on. It's going to come to you as long as you don't keep yourself out of the game. So I hope that helped you today. I hope it brought you some kind of comfort, brought you back into alignment. Until the next time, wishing you so much love, so many blessings. Have a magical day. I'll see you soon.